Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chicago Philippine Reports TV, still the #1 Filipino show in the Midwest. I'm Girly Pascual. Welcome to our show. Today we have all the top stories from the Philippines. We also have what's happening in our own Filipino-American community of Chicago. We have interesting interviews led by our very own executive producer, Miss Veronica Layton. We have Bridget Cotero Carino. All these are coming up and more afterward from our sponsors. Please stay with us.
The Indonesian government
The Liberal Party may no longer be a formidable force it once was, but it's ready to take on the challenge of securing a Senate seat. LP President Francis Pangilinan is looking to return to the upper chamber as the party's lone senatorial bet for the 2025 midterm polls.
Tagaan ninyo sa bato, hindi pa tayo tapos. Parating pa lang tayo sa exciting part.
The Liberal Party is also endorsing the Senate bid of Bam Aquino, who is now representing the Katipunan na Nagkakaisang Pilipino, and human rights lawyer Chel Jokno of Akbayan Citizens Party. The LP maintains they still have many allies.
Magpapatawag ng coalition meeting si Senator Risa, no? Dahil siya yung kinikilala ngayon as the head of the opposition. And in that meeting, pag-uusapan kung ano yung magiging huling bilang ng i-field ng mga kandidato sa 2025.
Also getting the support of the Liberal Party are former Vice President Leni Robredo, who will run as Naga City Mayor, and former Senator Laila De Lima and ex-lawmaker Teddy Bagilat, who are both seeking congressional seats as nominees of Mamamayang Liberal Party list group. Meanwhile, former President Rodrigo Duterte's Partido Demokratiko Pilipino is backing the re-election bid of Senators Ronald De La Rosa and Bongo and first-time senatorial bet actor Philip Salvador. There is still no official confirmation if Duterte's sons Paulo and Baste will also run for senator. Vice President Sara Duterte earlier claimed the former president and her two siblings are planning to join the Senate race. Paulo is currently a member of the lower house, while Baste is the mayor of Davao City. At the PDP National Assembly in Davao City, Duterte gave this message.
Kung naisipan ninyo mag-join the public service, not politics, okay. If you're sincere and you're really competent in your distribution by try, give it a try.
Progressive groups are also fielding bets in what is shaping up to be a hotly contested Senate race. Labor leaders Leody de Guzman and lawyer Luke Espiritu will run under the bukluran ng manggagawang Pilipino. The Makabayan Bloc, for its part, will be represented by its sector leaders in the Senate race. According to Makabayan co-chairperson Liza Masa, they are relying on the strength of their volunteers.
Wala man kaming pera, pero yung mga volunteers, ito na nga, meron kami mga volunteer.
Political pundits always describe the Senate elections as a very tight race, where re-electionists, returnees, and first-time candidates are hoping to represent the institution. While many new aspirants see the Senate as the best vehicle to help the people, political experts remind candidates that a senator's main job is to craft vital laws and scrutinize the government's policies and programs. The Commission on Elections will begin accepting certificates of candidacy from October 1 to 8.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. formally introduced on Thursday the administration's senatorial candidates for the 2025 midterm elections, less than a week before the Commission on Elections opens the period for the filing of certificates of candidacy for next year's polls. The Philippine leader revealed the names comprising the official slate during the convention of the newly established Bagong Pilipinas Coalition at the PICC in Pasay City. This include the president's own sister, re-electionist Senator Amy Marcos, who was notably absent during the event. Also included in the lineup, former Senator Manny Pacquiao and former Senator Panfilo Lacson, who both ran against Marcos Jr. for the presidency during the 2022 national elections, as well as former Senate President Tito Soto, who meanwhile ran for vice president. Other senatorial candidates of the coalition include other re-electionists, Senators Lito Lapid, Bong Revilla, Pia Cayetano, and Francis Tolentino. Rounding the list are first-timers to the senatorial race: Makati City Mayor Abby Binay, Las Piñas Representative Camille Villar, ACT-CIS Party List Representative Erwin Tulfo, and DILG Secretary Benhur Abalos.
Mga kababayan, sila po ang lineup ng alyansa. Sa kanilang kalidad at karanasan, mataas ang aking kumpiyansa na sila ay ating magiging katuwang sa ating pagsulong at sa patuloy na pag-unlad ng ating bansa. Atin po sila ay samahan at suportahan. Mabuhay po kayo, mabuhay ang ating lineup, mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
Another Tulfo is also running for senator as an independent candidate. Ben Tulfo said he decided to run due to public clamor. He was ranked second in a recent poll on preferred senatorial candidates. If both Ben and Erwin are victorious, there will be 3 Tulfos in the Senate as they join incumbent Senator Raffy Tulfo. All of the senatorial admin bets come from various political parties comprising the administration coalition. Marcos Jr.'s own Partido Federal ng Pilipinas, as well as the Nationalista Party, National Unity Party, Lakas CMD, and the Nationalist People's Coalition. In choosing their candidates, campaign manager Navotas Representative Toby Chanco says they considered support for the president's legislative agenda.
Huwag muna yung winnability. Ang importante kasi dito is yung susuporta sa ating legislative agenda, di ba? Kasi kung winnable naman, tapos iba naman yung paniwala nila sa mga batas na dapat isuporta sa presidente, siyempre hindi naman natin pwedeng kunin just for convenience.
Senator Tito Soto meanwhile says he is confident of the chances of their senatorial lineup in the 2025 polls.
May local governments, may national, mayroong business, it's a very good mix. And I'm glad the NPC group is involved.
Makati City Mayor Abby Binay meanwhile sees no issue campaigning alongside Senator Pia Cayetano, despite the territorial dispute between Makati and Cayetano's bailiwick Taguig over the jurisdiction of Embo barangays.
I agree to join the alliance because of the president. Sino naman ako para magsabi kung sino yung gusto kong makasama at hindi makasama? Diba? So, I am here to support the projects and programs of the president.
DILG Secretary Benhur Abalos meanwhile says he is ready to resign once he files his candidacy for senator next week. While he did not give details, he confirms the president is already studying some names to be the next DILG chief.
Rice retailers have already noted a slight downward trend in the price of rice recently. They say some suppliers from Bulacan have slashed prices by 50 to 70 pesos per sack.
After nung bumaba yung imported goods, sumunod naman yung mga local. Kasi dati mas mataas na yung local. So hindi na siya mabili yung mga local natin. Lahat puro imported. Tsaka isa pa kasi imported, mas maganda ang klase kumpara doon sa local.
Dati kasi The Federation of Free Farmers says the price drop is too small compared to the promise of the Executive Order 62 of 5 to 7 pesos per kilo. They allege importers have been pocketing the savings they get due to the tariff cut. Based on their computation, traders have already saved 5 billion pesos but they have yet to slash prices.
5 billion pesos na yan po ay natipid ng ating mga importer pero hindi naman naipasa. in the form of lower reduced rice prices by 70 pesos per kilo. Unfortunately, yung inakala po ng ating economic managers na yung 670 or roughly 7 pesos per kilo na natipid ng importer in the form of reduced taxes, hindi naman po naipapasa sa ating mga consumer. So until now, nagdurusa pa po yung ating consumer dahil napakataas pa rin ang presyo po ng imported rice.
But the Department of Agriculture is unconvinced since rice supplies offered to consumers this month were bought from local farmers at elevated prices.
Ang equivalent na presyo niyan, 56. Hindi pa nauubos yan. So ang feeling ko naman, baka pababa na yung stocks niyan by October 15 of this year. And hopefully, tuloy-tuloy ng pababayan by January. At siguro makuha natin at least less 5 pesos.
Farmers, however, disagree, arguing that rice prices are expected to be cheaper in October because of higher supply due to the harvest season and not lower tariff. Palay prices have dropped to 14 pesos per kilo, causing concern among farmers. The National Food Authority asked the Department of Budget and Management to release the 9 billion peso fund for palay procurement to help stabilize palay prices.
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is a perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash-out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash-out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
Via Times, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. Via Times for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. Via Times has very interesting columnists. You name it, Via Times has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call Via Times at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of this show. Today, I have two very interesting, popular guests here in community and their husband and wife team. They really help each other. Wherever you see one, the other one will be there. It's a duo. It's a popular duo. And I would like to introduce to you this couple, and their names are. I have to start with the lady first. See Nadi May. She's Nadi May Teham, and the partner is Tyrone Teham.
Hello.
And Nadi is a proprietor, and Tyrone is manager of Team Media and Events. I invited them here today because I know there are another upcoming show here in Chicago, and let's hear from them. From them to promote the upcoming show. Hi.
Hello everyone. Tita V, thank you for having us on your show and for the opportunity to promote our upcoming event. Don't forget, Sweet Notes is coming to Chicago. That's going to be happening on October 18th. It's a Friday. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7. It features sweet notes all the way from the Philippines. They're a real life couple, and they're very popular on YouTube, all the way from General Santos, and of course, they will be performing with Devo Bayer together with our local talents here in Chicago.
Yes, local talents, Steve, Venice, and the Pohas brothers. So Sweet Notes concert is actually promoted by Edren Entertainment LLC and On Stage Promotions. And we are helping them to mount the show here in Chicago.
T Media and Events is handling 4 cities for Sweet Notes. We are doing the first leg in Chicago. That's October 18. October 19, we will be in Indiana. And then T Media and Events is also doing Sweet Notes in New York on November 1st and Colorado on November 23.
Sweet Notes. I like that name. I remember interviewing this couple. Very, very talented couple.
And not to mention, they're very humble. They come from humble beginnings, Tita V, and their common language is music. And so that's why the Sweet Notes sequencer band was formed.
Wow. All right. Very good. And we can't wait to see these people. When is the show again?
In Chicago, it's happening on October 18. It's a Friday. And in Indiana, the following day, October 19, Saturday, at Pierce Entertainment Center. Here in Chicago, it will be held at the 19th Century Club in Oak Park, Illinois.
How much are the tickets?
Tickets are at $95 for VIP with photo op, and general admission is $75.
Okay, my viewing audience, did you hear that that voice, Mr. Tyrone T. Ham's voice? How do you love it? He is also a popular MC, Master of Ceremonies in many events here in Chicago, and also he's a DJ, and most of all, he works full-time as a physical therapist. What else you don't do?
I don't cook.
Of course.
He can't cook, Tita.
Nadi is there. Okay, Nadi. How about Nadi? Nadi is another one. Nadi, can you please introduce yourself as not only as a beautiful partner of Tyrone, but what you do as his sparring partner?
So I am the proprietor of T Media and Events. I've been a passionate events coordinator ever since. And in fact, Tyrone and I met in the events industry back in the Philippines. So during the day and during the night, I manage a business, a rental business that is in Dumaguete City. That's Tyrone and mine's baby. So we do short-term and long-term rentals. So it's kind of a full-time thing for me. It's a full-time job for me. So I'm also the more hands-on parent to Tadio. We have an 8-year-old son, and I go to school to volunteer, and I even work there part-time. And I'm also a member of the diversity committee. So my hands are full. Just like Tyrone works.
And you also sing for the band.
So
she's also an artist.
So aside from that, Tita,
oh my God.
Yeah, I also sing professionally. So there are events that Tyrone and I perform together. He can be the DJ and I can be the singer in that particular event. So yeah, we're like a tandem.
Maybe we can invite you one of these days in one of our events here.
That would be great. That would be great, Tita V.
Oh, yes. What's the name of your band?
Oh, so the band is actually here in Oak Park. It's Phillies and Fools. So I also have fellow parents that are in the band, fellow musicians who are also parents. And they also work full time and we practice at night. But we make it work. We were able to do it together. Even if there's like everybody has responsibilities.
Does Tyrone sing too?
I used
Yes.
to Tita V, but you know, when you have an 8-year-old, you know, we can't be on stage together. So one has to be on the backstage if somebody's on stage. So that's why I choose to be just doing the DJ thing while Natty is on stage. That way somebody is you know, with my son during events. We tried it. We tried it, Tita V, the first time we did it together here in Chicago. It was funny because my son then was 4 years old and he went upstage as well. So we can't be together on stage.
I have seen you, Tyrone, DJing with your son in tow.
Right.
My God, how is that? You are starting him early.
Yeah, we make it work, Tita V. It's kind of hard, a little bit challenging at times, but we make it work. Once a musician, always a musician.
You see, viewing audience, this is an example of a beautiful young family here that you know, they all work. The wife, the husband, and the son is starting work. How's that? All
Right.
right, very good. And okay, so any upcoming shows that you have in your books?
Yes. So again, the concert that's gonna happen in Chicago is Sweet Notes. They are a viral sequencer band from the Philippines. This is produced by Adrian Entertainment LLC and On Stage Promotions. It's going to happen on October 18. That's a Friday at the 19th Century Club here in Oak Park, Illinois. Doors open at 6 in the evening and show starts at 7.
And just real quick, Tita V, for viewers who are from Indiana, we're gonna be there the following day, October 19, and in New York on November 1st and Colorado on November 23.
Where in Indiana?
It'll be in Fort Wayne, Indiana, at the Pierce Entertainment Center, Tita V.
Where is it?
In Fort Wayne, it's gonna be in Fort Wayne, Indiana, at the Pierce Entertainment Center. Yes. It's just about
far.
It's just about 2.5 hour drive from Chicago.
I see. Okay. Non-stop, huh?
Non-stop, Tita V. Actually, the Sweet Notes are booked in 10 cities as of now and still counting. We are actually thinking about doing a second leg, second season, but we're right now working on the first 10 cities.
Gosh, goodness gracious. All right, very good. Well, guys, I congratulate you and I wish you good luck
Thank you,
for
Tita
your
V.
projects. And how about your band? When are you scheduled to play? Where and where?
So actually, Tita, I have a fun fact because Tyrone is first a band vocalist before a DJ. So he used to be a band vocalist in the Philippines. He was in the band for 12 years. And so the Cool Fellas band is a pride of Dumaguete City.
Oh yeah?
And, yeah, so Tyrone is really a singer.
You're from Dumaguete?
Yes, both of us we're
Both
from
of you?
Dumaguete.
Oh, both of you? Oh,
yes.
Very good. I've never been there, but I heard
Natty,
it's a beautiful city.
it is city of gentle people and the university town. Natty has a gig next weekend. It's actually a block party here in Oak Park, and the weekend after next. And then we might be knocking on your doors come November or December, Tita V, because a trio will be, visiting some friends to do some Christmas carols. So something to look forward to.
Very good. So, well, I don't know about that. I have a very small place. I don't know where I'm going to entertain you. Well, it will be nice. Speaking of Christmas carols, so suddenly I'm thinking of Christmas, Pasko.
Right? It's just around the corner.
My favorite month
Season.
for the celebration of Christmas. Wow. Parang masaya.
Diba?
The Christmas caroling. Oh my God. You know what you can do? Those people that you're inviting, kasi most of all, like me, I just live in an apartment and wala ng big place. There's no more big place. So maybe what you can do is get a small room or banquet hall and invite people that you want to invite for the caroling.
That's a good idea, Tita V.
Yeah. Yeah, because instead of them going from house to house,
Uh-huh.
just go to one place and this is for Christmas caroling. And
If you want to make that happen, Tita V, we're just here as talents.
Okay. Well, guys, it is really fun. I had so much fun interviewing you and and not only Tyrone and of course Nadi May Tiham. And thank you for gracing our show today. Maraming salamat. At maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hi, Tyrone and Nadi May. Thank you so
Thank you for
much.
having us, Tita V.
Thank you po. Bye.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
It's more fun in the Philippines.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very exciting, interesting, and impressive guest here today. I'm really very impressed. And his name is Dr. Alphonsus Obayawana. Oh my God. Dr. Bayawana, I can just call you a Dr. O in short. And welcome to our show, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And just to introduce Dr. O, he is a physician, a scientist, a happiness coach, and everything else. This person has such a long line of, impressive bio. And he's also the author of the personal, index happiness or happiness, personal happiness index. All right. Okay. Doctor, welcome to our show. And you're here today for this special interview about your book and about your knowledge and idea about what we call happiness. Happiness, all right, which many people don't have. And okay, so what is this personal happiness index that you wrote about?
Okay. The name of my book is The Happiness Formula.
Oh, happiness formula.
That is the name of the book.
Okay.
And the reason why I wrote the book, there are 4 reasons why I wrote the book. Number 1 is to share with everybody the chance discovery that I made of a very simple formula that makes it possible for us to measure happiness in anybody, in a peasant or a millionaire, objectively and subjectively, simultaneously. That's number 1. Number 2, I wanted to introduce a 12-item questionnaire called the Edo questionnaire, also known as Personal Instant Self-Assessment, PISA scale, for finding out and identifying who is flourishing or languishing, happy or unhappy, very happy or very unhappy. For the first time, this is the first time we have a scale that can interconnectically and trans-ethnically and culturally assess and quantify human hope. And I also, in the book, wanted to offer a simple daily routine for maintaining your flourishing life. And that is why the book is written. And the book, Veronica, is called The Happiness Index. And the book is called The Happiness Formula. And in it is the happiness index that we use to quantify happiness. Thank you so much.
So, doctor, okay, how were you able to measure the formula that you're talking about?
Okay. I have been in this research for a long time. In 1980, in fact, 1979, I got a U.S. national grant to develop a way to measure human hope. Because people who don't have hope are those that take their own lives. If we could find how to measure hope, then we can identify people who are losing hope, so attention can be paid to them early enough before they start thinking of suicide. So that instrument was very successful. It was used by quite a few Fortune 500 companies like Coca-Cola and General Motors. The U.S. Veterans Administration use it, and academic institutions were using it all over. And the other research that I did was, because hope is defined as the feeling and belief that your desire will be achieved, I was wondering then, where do desires come from? Where do our desires come from? If hope is the feeling and belief that our desires will be achieved, how do our desires arise? And I found that out. And so I had the 5 sources of human hope and how to measure hope. I have the 5 sources of human hunger. Hunger now is not just hunger for food alone. It's any compelling desire is a hunger. So I found out 5 inborn human hungers. And as I was looking at that, both of them together, and what makes us happy, then I discover a very simple formula that says hope over hunger equals happiness. Which means if your hope is high and your hunger is low, you will be happy. And in contrast, if you have overwhelming hunger and your hope is low, you will be unhappy. So that is how I found that formula. And therefore now, anybody can calculate their own happiness index by scoring their hope and scoring their hunger. You divide your hope score by your hunger score, you have your personal happiness index. Mine, for full disclosure, is 2.931. I'm in a very happy category, but I am not flourishing yet. I'm working on that. To flourish, you have to have a score of 4 or above. To be very happy, you have to have a score of 2 or above, where I am. Now, if you are unhappy, your score will be below 1.0. That's unhappy. So this is how it is. Now, clinicians, happiness coaches can now determine the happiness of anybody. And if they improve, their score will go up too. And you can see that. So this is what this is about.
All right. How long did it take you to finish this research? And
as you know, I told you that I got the first grant in 1980.
Since 1980, you started?
Yes, in fact, 79. Yeah. And so it took me 3 decades.
A long time.
Yes.
Okay. Isn't it that you mentioned that the United States has the lowest happiness score so far?
It's not the lowest. It is getting lower and lower.
Going lower and lower, not lowest yet.
No. The lowest, the unhappiest country in the world, according to the World Happiness Report, is Afghanistan.
Afghanistan?
Yes, the happiest country in the world, according to the World Happiness Report, is Finland, followed by Denmark, then followed by Iceland. Okay, and so US used to be in the first 20 happiest country in the world, and it's no longer there now. It's below that.
How about the Philippines, my country?
The Philippines, I will have to check to see. Yes.
Oh, we are happy people.
Oh,
we are always happy people.
Definitely.
should be one of the top 10.
Well, but the happiness report, World Happiness Report, they are not doing it right. So there are some problems with the way they are calculating it. I will hope they will use the PISA scale, the Edo questionnaire, in finding out the happiest country in the world. They are not doing it right at all. Because Finland, that is supposed to be a happiest country in the world, also have a high incidence of suicide. How can you be the happiest country in the world and have a high incidence of suicide?
If you're happy, you don't have, you should not have suicide.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
So there is a problem there. There is a problem. In
Happiness
fact,
is for mental.
Exactly.
Mental should come from the mind.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Okay, very good, very good. So, do you think, how thick is your book? How many pages?
Well, my book is, I try to write a book that will contain good information for people and not voluminous. So it's under 200 pages.
Very thick.
Yes. It's under 200 pages. Actually, with index and everything, it's 215 pages.
Wow. Do you think one of these days our schools will carry a subject on happiness and have reference to your books?
Well, I would hope, really, that in all schools and colleges, that the officer, the student officer, would develop and have a happiness score of all students so that they know who is below 1.0. If you are below 1.0, you are unhappy. And unhappiness should not be ignored for too long. If unhappiness lasts for 6 weeks or more, your body is telling you all is not right. And something should be done about it. Remember now, there are many crimes, suicide, homicide, substance abuse that start because of unhappiness. Unhappiness in one form or another, ignored, can lead to homicide, suicide, substance abuse, and many other ills in the community.
Okay,
so
as an individual.
It is good to know that your happiness index is above 1.0.
Okay, for you, for individuals like us, you and I, how do we know, or how can we measure our own happiness, and how do we know if we are really happy or not?
Well, that is what this book is about, Veronica. In this book, you know, I teach, I give workshop on happiness on university campus before COVID-19. I used to give happiness workshops. But now, that's why I wrote the book. Everything is in the book. How to measure it is in the book. How you measure your happiness index is in the book. And how to find out your calling, what your calling is, your mission in your life is in the book. So this book is, there are many books on happiness, but according to many of the reviewers, this is a book that you should have if you are a happiness seeker. The happiness formula. Yes.
Great. Dr. O, where can we pick up your book?
It's on Amazon. It's on Books A Million. It's on Barnes and Nobles. And you can read the reviews there. I'm very proud of the book, and it took me many years to write it. And,
wow. All right. Congratulations. And
so
I wish you good luck, more good luck for what you're doing. And of course, I thank you for gracing our show today. I'm really honored. Thank you for gracing our show, Dr. Oba Joanna.
Thank you very much for having me.
Keep us updated, please. All right.
All right, please.
Thank you so much for gracing our show. Bye-bye. And
Bye-bye, please.
maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
This is a prayer and a reminder. All we have is now. Anak, umuwi ka na.
Worldwide this morning, growing concern over a growing health crisis.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
Hi. I can't hug you. Don't touch me.
Over the last several days, we have seen peaceful demonstrations.
Protests over police brutality continued here in Austin.
Remember when you started going to college? You came home a liberal?
Dad, please.
That's what we do to you guys in school.
All these people that we never met and never will meet because of what had happened to them. It's just too much.
The way that our family communicates is not necessarily, it's not great.
What advice would you give for those of us that are struggling?
Deal with it.
I think the norm for our communities has been to just stay silent and keep to your own business.
I could definitely be doing more than I'm doing right now, and I know that others can as well.
What if someone is called from God to be an activist?
I can answer that question.
Shouting revolution, oh wow, breaking each tradition.
You don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement?
An advocacy group reporting at least 3,800 anti-Asian hate incidents since last March.
I'm kind of conflicted. I'm like, maybe I should move home and be here with them.
I hope that this moment makes you take a step forward and a step together in the right direction.
In order for a subject to not be taboo in our community, there always has to be someone to start that conversation.
Yeah. You speak up for me when I can't speak up for myself. And I've seen you do that for other people.
I see a lot of people who just kind of cut off friends and family, and I don't think I can do that. I love my parents.
This is a symbol of our voices. If you look at your neighbors around you, you will see who stands with you, who stands for you.
At least I know that you can stand up. That's the thing I'm so happy about.
would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
Good afternoon, this is Bridget Carino-Quetter bringing you this week's local news from our community. Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle announced that $3.6 million in Cook County cannabis development grants have been awarded to 40 entrepreneurs from communities that have historically faced criminalization, incarceration, and exclusion as a result of the war on drugs. Cook County is awarding the grants to support cannabis social equity license holders, helping to offset the expenses associated with opening and operating a cannabis business in Illinois. With the legalization of cannabis in Illinois in 2020, this new program will be essential in setting up cannabis-based businesses for long-term success, said President Preckwinkle. By reinvesting in communities of color that have been disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs, we are ensuring they benefit from the economic opportunities in this emerging sector. Anti-Jewish hate crimes in the U.S. soared 63% in 2023, the highest on record, according to data released Monday by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The statistics come amid an unprecedented burst of anti-Semitism around the world, including the U.S., after the October 7th Hamas massacre in southern Israel. According to FBI figures, which are considered to be conservative since many hate crimes go unreported, 1,832 anti-Semitic incidents were reported in the U.S. last year, compared to 1,124 in 2022. Though the number in 2023 doesn't indicate if the crimes occurred before or after the single largest attack on the Jewish people since the Holocaust. There were some 236 anti-Muslim hate crime incidents reported last year, up from 158 the year before. The Illinois Department of Labor and Office of the Illinois State Fire Marshal are working together across the state to inspect haunted houses before visitors are welcomed inside. All haunted houses are required to be inspected by OSFM prior to operation, though haunted houses operated by not-for-profit religious, educational, or charitable organizations can apply for an exemption from IDOL inspection. We want visitors to visit haunted houses and have a spooky time, but we don't want that to turn into a scary situation due to a fire that can be prevented by venues taking proper fire safety mitigations measures, said Illinois State Fire Marshal James A. Rivera. Our inspectors have the public safety in mind, but are always willing to work with owners on how they can properly follow the codes in place to safely welcome guests. A suicide prevention grant from the Illinois Department of Public Health is paying for an expansion of mental health services that will make it easier for high school students across Illinois to access up to 8 in-person or telehealth counseling sessions. This is the third year of a planned 5-year grant from IDPH to DuPage High School District 88. To date, DuPage has received nearly $440,000 for the grant, which began as a way to provide postvention services after a student has attempted or committed suicide, in order to help other students and members of the community deal with the trauma. The funding has now been broadened to launch the portal, which students around the state can use to make contact with a care navigator who can help connect the student to treatment services. Preventing suicide and promoting mental health in Illinois are critical IDPH priorities that requires innovative community-based solutions, said IDPH Director Dr. Samir Vora. United States President Joseph R. Biden signed a federal major disaster declaration authorizing the Federal Emergency Management Agency's Individual Assistance Program for Cook, Fulton, Henry, St. Clair, Washington, Will, and Winnebago County. Millions of residents across the state have incurred damages from the severe weather in July due to torrential rain and flash flooding, said Governor J.B. Pritzker. To further support affected communities, I have been working with the federal government to mobilize every available resource and bring federal programs to provide relief for our residents. I want to thank President Biden, FEMA, and IEMA OHS for their swift coordination of this ongoing recovery. FEMA's individual assistance could include grants for temporary housing and home repairs, low-cost loans to cover uninsured property losses, and other programs to help individuals and business owners recover from the effects of severe weather the state experienced on July 13th through July 16th, 2024. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our news this week. This is Bridget. See you next time.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
It's